Hey, how's it going? Today's another devlog, but before we start, I just want to thank you guys because we've got 10 more subscribers than we had before, so that means a lot to me. You can see that I've got my character out here in the home screen now. You can tell that I had initially not planned for this because the scale is totally wrong. The house is so much bigger than the character actually is, so eventually I'm gonna have to cut the house down. But it feels nice because once you're inside the house, you can move out of the house and then transition to go to the explore map screen or whatever. Maybe there's going to be a town screen in the future. The goal for today's devlog is integrating the forest. Previously, we made the statue so we could interact with it. Since then, I've added the quest functionality where we can give items to the statue and receive a reward. What we're going to get is the forest gift, which will then unlock the forest biome for us. Now let's head back into the house so we can check out the statue. On the inside, we got a couple new friends with this. I recently added the mirror, which is going to be an interactable object. We're going to get to use that in the future. Also, I threw a couple flasks on top of the table, added some ornaments such as the book with the candles, just to brighten up the space a little. And then I changed how the cauldron looks slightly, to give it a little better perspective in line with some of the other stuff on screen. Now this part I'm pretty proud of. There's 3 different things you can find in the chest. You can find your items, you can find achievements, and you can find key items. So I created a different storage area for each of these locations. By hitting the button, it'll just slide over to whichever you selected. I remember when I was working on this, I started getting dizzy because I was trying to test the animations really quick, back and forth, back and forth. I think it turned out really nice, so I'm pretty happy with it. But looking at this, it looks like the key items box is not being animated properly. Like it's not disappearing when it should be. So I think I need to fix this right now. It always looks a little more complicated than it actually is, but I'm gonna go to the chest screens animation player. From there I need to navigate to the correct animation, which in this case is going to be chest to key items. And from there I'm just looking through the different properties, trying to figure out what's going on and why isn't this working. The important one is that key items box seems to be showing when it shouldn't. So I've got a couple options there. I first play with the visible property to maybe see if I can just toggle the visibility, make it disappear, and maybe everything's going to be good. But turns out it's not as simple as that because by just changing the visibility, it's too harsh of a transition from fully visible to not visible. It kind of jumps at you. So then I reverted back to what it was before, where it was fully visible. And then I decide to use the modulation function instead. So the modulation property, you can change RGB values or the alpha. And in this case, I'm going to change the alpha value, making the key items box invisible. But we can make it so that it gradually happens over time. And then after just playing around with the timing of it to make sure that it reappears fast enough, slow enough, at a speed that I like, then I'll just keep it. Next, the huge wall that was on top of the angled wall, that's finally gone. And with that, I had to deal with an invisible collision shape, which I got rid of, and now I can run through this area pretty easily. But I had my fair share of just disgustingly difficult Y sorting issues and clipping issues on this angled wall, so I definitely don't recommend anyone doing these angled walls. And then I was looking at the grass to the dark transition, and I thought it was just too drastic. I wanted some gradient between them, and so with that I started working in Aseprite to get that fixed up. So I updated the tile map as you guys saw, but it was looking a little too compact for my taste. So I went again and updated the drawing in Aseprite, and now I'm trying to change out the tile map layer with the new tiles. It's a very simple process as you're seeing. It's just left clicking over, selecting the tile that you want, and then just painting over the tiles where you want it to be. And looking at it after it's all done, I mean, in my opinion, it looks a lot better, and overall, I think it looks pretty good. Before there was like this harsh difference between the grass and the dark, but now it gradually goes just a little bit more, you know. It felt like a whole freaking saga to get to the statue, but finally we made it. Interacting with the statue, it opens up to show you what items are needed, and right now we're seeing a stone and a mushroom cap. So I'm gonna try to give these items to the statue, and when I do, it highlights, showing that the item's been given. But unfortunately there's a bug right now where I can keep giving stones, keep giving items to the statue. It's kind of like a vending machine, it just takes all your coins, I guess. Reality is like it shouldn't be able to do that, so once it's highlighted, you can no longer click on it. And of course no button comes out, so I need to work on that too. Alright, so I've gone ahead and made some assets in Aseprite. I created a little rewards panel with some nice text and a bit of a prototype button, if you will. This is all used for the statue. And I also gave the statue a button and had to do a little bit of code as well so that everything kind of worked. And one of the things I was working on as I was getting the statue up and running was I needed the statue to know if it had received all the items, aka I'm just calling it a fill check really. And so if I give the statue a stone, if I give the statue a mushroom, then the statue has to respond and say that, hey, I've received all these items. And so this is what this function is doing right here. And it was just the final bit where I just added the last return statement and all the errors disappeared, of course. So it all looks good, but I ended up rewriting this again. So it goes to show that it's a constant work in progress. And after that, we're heading towards the statue for hopefully the last time. I'm giving it a stone, I'm going to give it a mushroom cap, and the button comes out, giving us a reward screen, which is exactly what we wanted, the forest gift. And with this, we're going to be able to go into the forest biome now. So we're going to take that and start heading back. It's a bit of a long walk, but you can check out the nice little work that I did. We're going to go all the way, pretend like we can explore if we hit the end of the road. And then I forgot to add the final bit of code to make this run for us to get into the forest biome. So I messed up. And I was so close too. All it takes is really just a little bit of copy paste, and that's all I needed to do. I just needed to get the right scene in there. I needed to change a couple of the words, and it's really as simple as that. Yeah, I changed a couple of the variables, the explore beach explorer to explore forest glade explorer, and then I just copied that underneath it as well, looking for the scene to find the right one for the forest stage. Get that in there, and finally go back. And this is it. This is it. It's not perfect. Only one thing is moving really. The entire stage is moving all at once, when really I want the back to move differently from the front. I want the layer of trees to move at different speeds, but hey, this is a good first step, and this is what I needed for my Steam trailer, so I'm one step closer. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.